Hi, my name's Phil. I like talking about politics, and in an effort to present the Conservative Party as standing for something, Rishi Sunak has decided to make an enemy of the environment. So, not content with attacking efforts to make transport a bit less polluting, he's now going mad on North Sea oil and gas. The problem is that his lies have been outed by his own party chair, Greg Hands. But first, if you'd like to be notified of daily news and politics, please subscribe to the channel. So it's quite funny, really. I remember back in the 2017 general election campaign, and the Labour Party were complaining about a lot of lies that the Conservative Party was telling during the campaign. They complained to Downing Street, which seemed a little odd, and Downing Street simply responded, well, it's your job to call the lies out. Well, these days, Labour needn't bother because the Conservatives call their own lies out. Front page of the Times today carries the news that Rishi Sunak is going to grant a huge raft of new North Sea oil and gas licences quickly before Labour come to power and put a stop to it. Funnily enough, the byline says that it is to put clear blue water between the Tories and Labour on energy policy. Mate, whatever the water is that the Tories are providing is not blue, I can tell you that. But on a more serious note, the Tory strategy here is to push the line that North Sea oil and gas extraction saves us money on our energy bills. The right wing have been pushing this for ages. The somewhat childish logic is that, well, because the North Sea's within the UK, that somehow the gas that comes out of it is ours to use. You know, it keeps the costs low as opposed to importing. But it's a complete nonsense, and it's a nonsense for multiple reasons. First, people will have seen that it is a nonsense because despite the government insisting that we bought in very little oil and gas from Russia, the cost of energy still doubled over the last year. It became fairly newsworthy that this was because of the cost of gas. So it's like, hang on a minute, you're saying we only get 3% of our gas from Russia, but the cost of gas has gone up and that's why our energy bills have doubled. How does that work then? Why is that working? Oh, it's because of Russia. But you said we didn't buy from Russia. Yes. And the second reason is the answer to this question. Why did our energy double? Because we import 100% of our gas. You know, the Tories try and say, and the right wing will try and say, oh, we need to extract more gas from the North Sea to reduce our reliance on imports. We import all of it, 100% of it. It doesn't matter that a lot of the gas that we are consuming is extracted from the North Sea, and the North Sea's in the UK. We're still importing it, and that is because all of the gas is privately extracted and it is sold on the international market. We don't get mates rates because it came from our own territory. And the third reason is because Greg Hands, Energy Minister at the time, but now the Conservative Party chair, appointed by Rishi Sunak himself, close ally of Rishi Sunak's, he's blown the fallacy out of the water in a tweet he gave out last year when it suited him. Back in February 2022, he decided to do some myth busting. One of the myths he busted is that extracting more North Sea gas will lower prices. People will say, why don't we just up production and lower the prices? Bollocks, said Greg. UK production isn't large enough to materially impact the global price of gas, he said. Now, I've got a feeling that if this comes up in PMQs at any point, Keir Starmer may just be quoting the party chair in response. I imagine it could also be used in campaign literature should the need arise come the general election. Because what Greg Hands is saying is exposing the lie in two different ways. First, in terms of the main point, that we are far too small an operation internationally to boost production to the point where the prices would come down. So it doesn't matter what we do in terms of production, doesn't really affect the price we pay for gas. But the secondary point, which more people need to be aware of, is, as he says in the tweet, we pay the global price for gas. There is no lower price because we are a gas producing nation. There's no nationalisation of gas extraction. It's all international private companies. We grant them licences. In return, we're supposed to get some taxes out of it. But as we often see, we tend to let them get away with those taxes. There's even been the odd year when they've paid negative tax. That means that there's a net flow of our money from the Treasury to the oil company. We pay them. We don't get first dibs on buying the gas or oil. We don't get lower prices. It's extracted and the licensee sells it on the international market. we pay the same price for it as France or Canada would. So this is another one which might backfire on Sunak a little. Not only are net zero policies popular, so taking a stand against them, it's like, yeah, you are distinguishing yourself from Labour, but not in a way that's going to appeal to the voters. Because even target Conservative voters approve of net zero policies. But if he tries to push this right-wing con about North Sea gas leading to cheaper bills, he's going to get slapped with the words of a close cabinet colleague from a year ago. But there we are. Those are my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below. Hope you found the video interesting. If you did, please click the like button. And if you'd like to support the channel further, the join button for memberships. And until next time, I'll see you later.